This is Series 2, Episode 15. Today is the 6th of March 2022, and this is my weekend stock market update. So I want to start the video just by saying thank you, because some of you have taken on board what I said last week. You've commented, you've liked the video, you're helping me with the YouTube algorithm by commenting and interacting with the video. So to say thank you to you guys that are doing that, I'm going to give you more content this week. So I will explain the general markets as I do each week, but I'm going to talk about quite a few stocks that I think are highly likely to move. Doesn't mean they will, of course, but they are very nice looking stocks. It's taken me hours to find them, so I hope they're interesting for you. I recommend you get a pen and paper because you might want to take some notes on this video. So I'm not going to tell you where these particular stocks, whereabouts in the video I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about them at various intervals so that you watch the entire video. So look out for these various stocks. There's quite a few of them, and they are nice looking setups. Here is my disclaimer. Everything I talk about in this video is for informational purposes only. If you decide to take action upon that information, that is your decision. You are responsible for all of your trading decisions. So here's the Nasdaq Composite. Nothing interesting to say here, guys. Very quickly we can go over this. Look, we're just still below this major support. I like this bullish price candle last week, but we're just not getting anywhere above it, and the volume's increased as we dropped this week, so it's just not looking good. So I'm staying away from technology for now. I do have my long-term positions like Palantir and NEO and some others, but they are longer-term positions. Alibaba's another one. I'm just keeping those open for the longer term. But the Nasdaq doesn't look good, so that's all I can say about that at this point. Right, let me get straight into the first stock. Let me get it up on the screen now. Now it's an unusual one, and this is not such a strong stock, but I want to show you it anyway because you might like the look of it. So it's ticker symbol WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. I don't know why it's doing so well, but it is, and the fundamentals look really strong as well. So let me just do this in real time. I'll draw this really quickly. I can see a base form here. And I've talked about this stock in the past, by the way. And then another base is formed. And this time we appear to be forming a handle. So we have a double base, and this is a couple handle pattern, it appears to be. And I think it could be about to move, guys, so let me explain it to you. So earnings came out on the 3rd of February, so there's no earnings to worry about. But let's examine this price pattern here. So this is exactly what you want to see when you see a base form, a cup. You see selling, red, and on volume, that's indicating lots of selling. And look what happens. As price gets down here, it happens to be the same level as the previous area price collapsed to. Well, sorry, not collapsed, but stopped at. So the price stopped here in the past. What happens this time? Price comes down, stops here again. Now, as the price is rising up the right-hand side, the volume is increasing. That's exactly what you want to see for a true cup base. Nice cup. Handle is forming, so the market's taking a rest here, it appears to be. And so I think it could be about to move. I don't know for certain, but I'm just showing what I can see. So I'm just going to quickly go down to the daily chart and show you what's happening there. Let me remove this drawing. So, like I say, as we come up the right hand side, the volume is quite a lot of volume here. Nice to see. But then the market's resting. It's taking a rest. And this is where the handle forms. And then the volume drops off. So you see what I mean? Strong, big volume. But look how the volume's tapering off. And the price is moving sideways. So this is how I see it. I'm doing this in real time. We have a kind of consolidation going on here. Look, price comes up to here, comes down, comes up, comes down. Now, potentially, guys, for a low risk trade, now this is not advice, of course, this is up to you. You could potentially watch to see what price does around this level to see if it holds. Because if it does, you might want to get in, up to you. $55 would be nice because that's a round number. And then you can manage your risk somewhere down here with a stop loss. Up to you how you want to trade, if you want to trade at all. but I do like the technical setup and I do like the fundamentals behind it. I have absolutely no idea why this is doing so well, and I don't really care, but the price action and the fundamentals are lining up, so I am making you aware of this stock. It might be a bit slower to move, but needless to say, it does look nice. Okay, let me continue talking about the general markets now. So here is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. You know I talk about this every week. These are the two big arrows because that represents major support. This weekly chart, you can see that we spiked down here, I talked about last week, and then we came all the way back up. That is a bullish signal, but price is refusing to move higher. So the volume's pretty high this week as well, and this price bar is just indecisive behavior. So this could go absolutely either way now. That because the bar is so small, the candle, it's massively indecisive, that is. So we have to wait and see. So I can't really say anything positive or negative about it. The Dow Jones looks just stale. It just doesn't know which way it's going to go, and we just need to see if it holds at this key support, because if it doesn't, that would be very negative for the overall markets. Okay, here's your next stock, so please pay attention. So this is ticker symbol FMC, but before I talk about it, let me just talk about one stock that I mentioned last week, just so you can get the backdrop here. 1 second. If you paid attention last week and watched my video last week, I talked about this stock, SQM, and I said I couldn't pronounce his name, and the price was here, and I said the earnings was due, and this is a very strong sector, and it's the agricultural chemicals area. I don't know why it's so strong, this particular area of chemicals, but it is. And look what happened, guys. I don't know if any of you took this. This made 20% in a matter of days. And I mentioned it last week. So on your notes, if you've got a pen and paper, chemicals. The chemical sector is very strong at the moment. Again, I don't know why, don't care, but this is an example. And I've looked at many stocks and they are all moving very quickly in the chemicals industry. So that is the one I talked about last week. Whether or not any of you got that, I don't know, but there it was. I did talk about it. So let me go back to that stock that I mentioned, FMC. So, FMC Corporation, look at the volume first of all, sudden interest, and it is chemicals, it's a chemical sector, don't know why, it's, like I said, but I like this price action. We have this move up, consolidation move up, consolidation moving up, and you can see I've drawn these lighter lines in here. Now this is key resistance here coming up, just over $120, so that's definitely likely to be an area of problematic for price to struggle with. But sometimes the traders will, especially when this is such a strong sector, it's very, very strong at the moment, sometimes they'll just bash straight through major resistance. So let me just examine this now in real time. Like I said, I've drawn these two lighter lines. Let me show you why. So that's on the daily chart. I've already analysed the stock, so let me just show you what I'm seeing there. I'll go down to the daily chart now. Now, the volume is not huge. The earnings came out on the 8th of February, and then we, like I described just a moment ago, we have this move up, and then we have a consolidation phase, and look what it's doing. Price is trying to break out. You see this? This is a flag pattern. Flag. We're trying to break out of it, but there isn't high volume there, so just bear it in mind that it might not just move. I don't know, it's up to you how you trade these things. I'm just giving you the ideas. The safer entry would be for price to come back down and test this 115, but at the same time it might just break out. But you know that major resistance is just above, because I already showed you that. But there's the first one, guys, and I can't stress to you how strong this industry is in a minute. Agricultural chemicals, like I keep saying, I don't know why, but it is. And this is one of the few stocks that hasn't quite moved yet in a big way in that industry. So keep your eye on FMC. Let me just go back out to the week just so you can see that major resistance there. So we know that price might struggle there. So it's up to you if and how you traded that, but it is likely to move, I think. Okay. That's that. That's the second stock. Let me continue with my analysis of the overall market. So here's the S&P 500, major indice, and just like the Dow Jones, nothing's really happening. Look at this price action. It's not moving anywhere. It's indecisive behavior by the professional traders, but the volume's high. So there was definitely a lot of selling going on, but it just wasn't moving anywhere. So it's again exactly the same as the Dow. It doesn't know which way it's going to go, so we need to be mindful of this very key support here, and if we breach it, then absolutely we want to probably be, well, just mostly cash. I already am mostly cash, but that if this holds, absolutely it can really rally from here. So I'm going to continue with my stock ideas, I'll show you, but I'm just showing the overall markets at the same time. Okay then, so the Nasdaq obviously definitely weak. The Dow and the S&P look just weak but indecisive. I can't see which direction they're going at the moment, so we have to wait and see. So now another stock idea for you, so get your pen and paper ready. So it doesn't take a genius to see that most of the money is moving into oil and gas, and I have talked about this a few weeks back, saying that was likely to happen. So this is a oil and gas play, and let me just explain what I'm seeing here. This is a weekly chart, ticker symbol LPI. Now this, I can see, let me just examine this quickly. Okay, first of all, look at the volume, guys. Look down here, a lot of interest here, as all oil and gas stocks appear to be moving at the moment. This is no exception. Now I've drawn this trend line here because you can see how the market kept testing it there multiple times. Anyway, I can see a cup formed here. We have this major resistance here. Right, I'm just doing this in real time. Now this is the thing that's caught my eye. So we have this cup base. This is a very strong performing sector, as you probably know. And look at the volume. Now the earnings, let me just check my notes. The earnings came out on the 22nd of February. So there's no earnings report to worry about now. Look what's happening. Volume. Market gives us clues. So we have this strong trend line, we have this base forming, and we appear to be breaking out. So let me go down to the daily chart, because you should be paying attention to this stock, I can tell you. Let me just go down to the daily chart. So yeah, it's very, very clear. Look at the, this is not earnings, this is just in line with the overall oil and gas market. Look, the major resistance I've drawn in, you see this horizontal line because of all these touch points in the past. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eventually it's breaking through major resistance. We're forming this cup base. As I talk about, look at the volume increasing as we're breaking out and we're moving up the right hand side. Look at the volume. Market's giving clues. This is trying to move, guys. This is trying to move higher. Safest entry would be probably, if you could get a retest of that, sort of 77 level, 80. But this definitely appears to be trying to move in line with the overall oil and gas sector. So another very nice setup. Strong fundamentals, strong technical setup, strong industry, clues everywhere. Strong volume, LPI. I'll let you watch this, guys. You might want to take that trade. Up to you. I cannot give you advice, but it's very strong. I'm going to show you another stock in that particular sector, natural gas sector actually. So let me just bring that up on the screen as well. So as I said at the beginning of the video, guys, you've helped me with the algorithm by commenting and liking the video, so I'm going to give you more information. So the more interaction you have with me, the more information I'm going to give you. So let me show you the next stock. So weekly chart, ticker symbol OKE. ONEOK. It's been coming up on my radar a lot of times recently, and look what's happening here, guys. So very, very interesting. This is in the natural gas sector, again strong sector. Look what's happening. This is very, very clean. Base forms. Remember, this is a weekly price time frame. So these are weekly bars. There's a nice base, exactly what you want to see. As I keep talking about, look at the volume. Very, very important. Big clue there. Look, it's trying to break out. Earnings is already out on this on the 28th of February, so there's no earnings to worry about, but it's breaking out. Very, very clear on volume. Pay attention to it, guys. Write it down. OKE. Strong sector, strong fundamentals, strong technical pattern. Could this be a trade for you? Possibly. Let's have a quick look at the daily chart. So it's exactly what you want to see. As the right hand side's forming, look at the volume increasing. And look at the breakout now. We're breaking out, 100% breakout that is. So do you want to take this now? Up to you. Or you might want to wait for price to come back down a little bit and test the breakout point. Up to you. But the market's giving a lot of clues on this stock. Look at that volume there. Very important. As we move up the right hand side, I would expect to see a bit of a rest, but it doesn't always happen. It might just break out. Now if I saw it at around $65 to $66, I think I'd have to take it, because it's just a strong sector, especially with what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. So it doesn't take a genius again, guys, to work this stuff out. The market's giving us clues. I'm going to spoil you. I'm going to give you another idea. So here comes another stock idea, another high probability trade setup. Let me bring it up on the screen for you. So what do we see on the screen? This company, ticker symbol ET, Energy Transfer. What do you think the sector is by any chance? Natural gas. Another one, but just pay attention. It's a low price stock, so it's going to be more volatile than some of the other ones I've talked about. But let's take a look at the setup here. Let's examine what we can see here. So on this weekly chart, we can see that lots of selling going on, and the volume wasn't that high on the selling, but look what happens when price reaches its floor point. It reaches a floor, then you see the volumes, like I keep talking about, as price starts to move up the right hand side, look at the volume. Huge spot volume spike there. Well, the earnings came out on this one on the 16th of February, so there's no earnings to worry about. But this is a nice cup of handle. Again, natural gas, oil, natural gas. These sectors are doing very, very well. They're just moving like crazy because of what's going on in the world. So this is another one. Get it on your radar, guys. Let me show you the daily chart. I'll just clear the drawings up so we get a nice clean chart. And yeah, so you see this consolidation here. Price gets, this is the handle formation, and we're trying to break out here. Okay, but the volume isn't that high, so, and it is a low price stock, so there's a couple of points with this one. It'd be nice to see a bit of a move back down to try and get this at maybe 10 or slightly lower. But being the sector so strong, I just can't stress to you how these stocks are moving at the minute. I know people get FOMO, fear of missing out, and sometimes it's best to just have that and protect yourself. But if you saw it sort of down here, the price comes back down and tests this area again, it might do. It could be a trade idea, and then you get your stop down there. But I really like it, guys, because of, let's have a look at that weekly again. This, if you also look at this, let me clear this up again. Now these are flag formations. Look, flagpole, consolidation. That's why I like using the weekly chart. Goes sideways for a little bit, breaks out. Sideways again. What's going to happen? Is it going to break out again? Move again? Possibly. It looks likely to. Because you've got flags, multiple flags, and a cup base and handle, as I've already drawn in previously, and the volume upticking as we move up to the right hand side. So it looks nice, guys. Strong industry again. Natural gas, same as the previous stock. OKE. So like what can I say, guys? I can't give you advice, but what what I'm trying to show you is the market is giving us lots of clues here. Up to you if you act upon these clues, of course. Just to give you a bit of background also, I did actually call two stocks quite a few weeks back, SM Energy and OXY, two oil and gas based stocks. You should see how they've moved. I don't know if anyone caught those. I'm in SM Energy, but OXY I think is at 50% since I called it. So there's lots of trades, guys. I really don't know if people are taking much notice of this stuff, but whilst the majority of traders are losing a ton of money, there's money to be made in certain sectors if you know where to look, and that is what I'm trying to highlight to you in these videos. I'm going to do one more stock for you, and that is in the mining industry again. On the gold play, I've talked about gold recently, and again, if you look at those stocks that I talked about, they're all moving in a positive direction. So I'm giving you a lot of information. I really, really hope it's valuable. So I'll give you one more stock now. What do you see in front of you, guys, on this weekly chart? Ticker symbol SSRM. SSR Mining. It's a play on gold again. Now, I don't know how many clues I need to give without actually spelling it out, and trading is what it is, and there's no guarantees in trading, but when you have these kind of things in front of you where you've got a technical setup, a backdrop lines up with the technical setup, you know, the tensions in the world with Russia and Ukraine in particular. I've talked about why gold's likely to benefit. Look at this, guys, this weekly chart. Cup forms. This looks almost perfect. Look at this. Let me explain it. We zoom in first. So we have a sell-off on the stock. What happens? We get to a low point, then you see the volume kind of tails off, but then as it starts moving up the right hand side, volume increases. Accumulation, all the way up. That's people accumulating the stock. And that's not me telling you, that's what the charts are telling us. Earnings came out on the 23rd of February, so there's no earnings to worry about. Lovely base has formed. We're breaking out of this $20 level. Again, low price stock, you might want to be a bit more careful because they're more volatile. But what is it doing? Look, volume's giving us clues, lots of interest, breaking out of this basing pattern. Could this be another trade idea? Possibly. You could, if you wanted to trade this now, up to you. If you saw price back down here testing this breakout point and it's a round number at $20, hint hint, that might be a very nice trade idea. Okay, let me just go down to the daily and just examine it a little bit more closely. So yes, I'll just clean this chart. No, I don't need to clean it up too much. So that $20 level, if you see price there, you may, not advise, you may want to take a trade at that level. But always remember your risk money management rules. You have to always have an exit strategy, because if it's wrong, you need to get out quickly. But I just love this basing pattern. I love the fundamentals. I don't like the backdrop that's going on in the world, but it is a negative backdrop, and this is likely to benefit from that backdrop. Just all the signs are there, guys. All of these stocks I've talked about are strong. The only one that's not quite as strong is the WWE stock. That's a bit of an unusual one. But the rest of them, we're talking chemicals, very, very strong. Oil, very, very strong. Gas, very, very strong. Mining stocks, gold, very, very strong. Those are the sectors that are moving right now. Not forever, but they are the ones that are moving whilst the market is in this situation. Technology stocks are getting smashed to pieces. Most traders are losing a ton of money. But if you look around and you pay attention and you're learning from these videos, you will see where the money is moving to. Just go over the videos I've done over the last few weeks, and you will see that they have been correct. The market has given us clues. I've tried to highlight those clues to you. So there's a lot more stocks there, guys. Okay, I've rambled on. I've covered a lot of information. Hopefully it was useful. Lots of ideas for you. If you like what I'm doing, you'd like me to continue doing this, please comment. That's very important. Please like the video, and if you haven't done already, please subscribe. Of course, if things improve, keep improving, and people keep commenting, I will do more videos, and hopefully more people will benefit from this channel. Thank you guys. Speak to you soon. I wish you the best of luck.